Hello, everyone. It's ETF2L. It's Essentials, and it's another exciting time here at the Essentials.tf channel here on Twitch.tv. Everybody say with me, I'm Tabs. I'm joined into the channel with Beta. Beta, how are we doing, sir?
I'm doing good. This is week 2. Well, or is it? We haven't actually seen Dirty Maggots play just yet, have we? Oh wait, we did. Yeah. I just didn't. I'm blind, but yes, I've been looking forward to see this team play a lot. So I'm super hyped for this match. Should be very fun, and they're going up against like the crazy Yak team that have like all the off
Crazy
class.
yak team.
Yeah, like because Yak is crazy and Juno is crazy and Vadu is definitely crazy. So like I can't wait to see this. And then they kicked the one stable guy and warped from the team, and now Elof's here.
Has he
Like this is gonna
kicked?
be. No, I don't think so. But
I was going to say
like Elof's on the
pressing
roster.
news, Beta, breaking news even. But you're right. If you're joining us, this is Joey Guns, or the Crazy Act team, aka, will be versus the Dirty Maggots. They've obviously gone through their week 1 games. Dirty Maggots had a rough week 1. They ended up losing, the spoilers, against Mandem. But Joey Guns, though, they beat out their opposing team on their week 1. I think that was. Ooh, it escapes me now, but it's one of the lower end teams. It's one of the ones that I think it was supposed to be pretty tidy for Joey Guns. So this should be, in theory, pretty close here, Beta.
Yeah, definitely. It's I definitely favor Dirty Maggots, but like this Joey Guns team is one of the most like bipolar teams. I think if they like are running hot, I think they're going to be nigh unstoppable. They're such a dangerous team. They beat the Sopranos in round 1,
Ah,
which is
yes, yes, it's
like
all
a
coming back
pretty
to me now.
expected, yeah, pretty expected win there. So don't really have a whole lot of data to go off. I mean, it's week 2, so not really unexpected there. But obviously, this is one of the Dirty Maggots team is one of these teams that are going to Poland, which is why we have bot mode in the server, right? Like playing in EU. It's a bit weird. We've kind of seen Benny do this before, where he would also play like a season of ETF2L and then go to a LAN. I think it was like I Series, I don't know, 55, something like that.
Damn, that was you're dipping back into the memory banks for that one. That was I think that was maybe like Arctic Fox's kind of timing,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, that sounds about right.
But how about this, Peter? I'm going to go through the roster rundowns of this, and you tell me if like any of these names are grabbing you, or if this maybe turns the tide of your prediction later on tonight. So over on the side of Dirty Maggots, we've got Juxta on Medic, Zams on Demoman. Geordie will be playing, I assume, Pocket Soldier, or a spiritual second roaming soldier. KN is also on roaming soldier. App is on Pocket Scout, and Bot Mode is on roaming scout. Whilst over on the side of Joey Guns, we've got Doey on Medic. Yak is playing Demoman. Warped is not joining with us. He's going to be Alov this time. I imagine just murking. Not kicked. Not kicked,
He's
I
on the
repeat.
roster. He's on the roster, like Vanu.
Okay, alright,
No,
touche.
sorry, Ella. Yeah.
But Tiram is also playing a Pocket Soldier, Junu and Varnu on the Scout classes. I can't tell you who's on Pocket. I assume Varnu still is, but this team, like you said, is the Crazy Yak team. I don't think they even stick to their classes sometimes, Beta.
Yeah. Like, if there's any name that's standing out, like KN is always going to be a monster, right? Like he's going to hit crazy shots, but like the reason why I'm so excited for this team is because bot mode is here, and like bot mode is one of those guys that just has always really impressed me. Like I would genuinely not be surprised if bot mode turns up to LAN and is the best scout at LAN. Like he might be the best scout in the world to me. I wouldn't be surprised. It's not. I'm not like 100% sure that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is true.
Wow, did you hear what Banny had to say about bot mode?
No.
Oh, he
What?
said on stream, he was like, it makes sense. Bot mode is the most European, American out of everybody.
Well,
Does
he
he
is
think?
really nice, so that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
But like
Well,
every
I don't
time
know
I,
I don't know what you could mean by that. I'm not sure if it's just styles of TF2. There is certainly a style to European TF2, and maybe a little less gun ho with those Ubers and uh, I would say, and there's all the little tiny nuances and all this stuff. But the winds are always changing here compared to America, as well as Europe changing compared to America as well. So it would be an interesting experience for bot mode, nonetheless. But
yeah, like obviously, he has high ping. He's gonna have like 90 to 100 ping, something like that. And then he's probably also playing like crazy off hours for him, so he's probably
Oh,
gonna be really tired and like not really
yeah.
in the best headspace to play a
Yeah.
game right now. So like all of that is really suboptimal. So yeah, if you go like who's the best scout in this season, like it's obviously not Bob Mo because he has all those handicaps, but
Hmm.
it's when he shows up to land, I'm really hyped.
Yeah, it's got to be interesting as well. He is the team that's actually he's the team member that's slotting into this new team. Everybody's kind of a stranger to him, and it is just week 2, so they need to have a little bit of adjustment period. But meanwhile, on the side of Joey Guns, everybody kind of knows each other like the back of their hand. It's all back to normal sort of affairs, and I think members of Olov and Dowie will fit right in with this team. Anyway, our first map is going to be Gullywash. This was the pick of Joey Guns, so let's see what Joey Guns have got to show here, Peter.
Yeah, we've got two soldiers sharking underneath, and they're going to jump up at the same time onto this medic Juxta, surfing around, somehow staying alive. There's still a scout that might even get on it. No, not quite. There's a soldier on Dowie as well, and somehow both medics are alive here. We have 2 big door. They're going to take another fight. It's scout demo versus double scout.
Well, you've got the splash damage of the demo, so in theory this should be a bit easier for the demo and scout. You can just lock down the area. You can already see Yak is just spamming stuff away, trying to set up Junu, but it's 2 scouts coming to bully this poor little lonely scout, and they will get the kill on bot mode, but it's because they popped the Uber so early. They actually don't have the Uber in time. They're having to overcommit Junu to see if they can fish for this kill onto Juxta, but doesn't quite find it, I'm afraid, and now that's 100% Uber charge ready for Juxta and the boys to start launching themselves in.
I can't believe the scout chariot failed. That's crazy. Actually, oh my god. Alov just immediately makes his presence known. They wrapped around.
But you can't backcap on Gullywash. Gullywash mid-caps just as quickly as the second point. It's one of the few maps that does this. So they're going to get this mid-capture and still hold on to that Uber charge, Peter.
Yeah, all that nice wrapping around, getting an air shot, and just don't really gain anything from it here. Well, he's going to get a flank in here. Alov's going to jump in. He gets onto the medic, and actually he's going to force out Juxta. Really well done there. But they've lost a lot of players, so if they can just keep the momentum going, this Uber could actually get the job done. And they are coming in now hot here, putting on the pressure.
Yeah, Geordie tries to cut off Dowie, but just manages to hit the, just the thread the needle between them. Doesn't quite find the Dowie kill, and Dowie's going to keep himself alive, and Yak's going to bail him out as well from the further aggression. So yeah, there was the right idea, but it just wasn't the right rockets here, Peter.
Yeah, and everyone goes down, including Juxta here. So they tried to pressure out, keep the momentum going, and unfortunately, that just meant they ended up running into the enemy team and kind of dying instead. So sometimes that can backfire. This is going to be one of those situations. They're going to try and spam them out in this choke just to deny them to get in for free, but eventually people are going to make
sniper. He's peeking out from the forward respawn. Dowie knows he's there, though. Well, he's ignoring him and pretending he isn't there, as they will push him out, and the sniper won't come into fruition. But he's going to rotate round. He just goes from the other spawn door, but still finding no mark. It's hard-hitting sniper shots on 150 ping.
Yeah, you got to wait for them to duck back behind the wall, and then you can start hitting them. I think that's the rules on high ping sniper. Some people did claim that like 150 ping is an advantage on sniper. I'm pretty sure that's dumb, but it is a thing that some people have said. Ubers have equalized now, and actually we're going to see a sort of jump in through choke, and then it goes back in. That was just a distraction.
Oh
my god, Alov is not Mr. Rocket this game. Drops Juxta. No respect.
Geordie is going to be sailing in the cloud and going back down, unsailing to Earth. He will go down as well. There's a free sort of entry for Dirty Maggots, Joey Guns, I should say. They're going to get the second point without having to expend their Uber charge, ready for the last point.
Yeah, make sure you don't say Dirty Guns at any time, or Joey Maggots. It's a real challenge here. We've got a scout on the point already, putting pressure onto the demo, and actually gets Sam's. The point's going to be completely open now, but this heavy is coming out, just laying down suppressive fire. But
Yak is on the point. Yeah, he will get burnt to crisp though, and Geordie's still keeping himself alive. I think they definitely had it in them over on Joey Guns to make that work, especially with the demo man going down, but there's just no plan for that heavy weapons guy, it seems.
Yeah, perfectly timed came out there right after they had expended all the ammo, so it couldn't quite get there in time. Geordie's going to hit some big rocks and limp out of there. No sweat, no sweat. Like, literally any chip shot there would have killed him, but He's going to survive. And they're going to try and put pressure onto the point. The Soldier's going to jump in now from both
Oh,
teams.
goodness. Alov gets not just one air shot, but even gets a bonus kill onto a scout as well. A lot of cancelling coming out from Geordie there, just to kind of really maintain the hold of the second, and it all ends up blowing up in his face, literally. So we're going to make a push attempt in with those pick kills, but they're not finding anything right now, and Durham will walk out with just 1 HP. And now I'm kind of curious to see what a Joey GUNZ, stalemate breaker is.
Surely you just send in Ella, right? He hasn't missed a rocket yet. Like, if he shoots at something, he's gonna hit it. He just came back. He's on gunboats and everything.
Wrong. It's actually Varnu on Spice. Varnu is actually rocking up the secret agent class, and let's see what he can make muster. I don't think they've done a class check over on Dirty Maggots as well, so he should get in here relatively clean. He's going to uncloak. They've got Alov on the point, and Varnu thinking about going for the stab onto KN, gets a bit more cup time, but Alov actually takes the pipe instead of Varnu there, but he's going to come back to the point. Oh wait, actually cloaked, and bot mode, he's got the perfect arsenal to deal with a spy. He uncloaks once more, gets actually a bit of sentry gun hating, and yeah, that was a very chaotic to say, like, they had the advantage there for Joey Gunn.
Yeah, it was a pretty weird play. We're going the Soldier on the point and then have the spy come in from behind to get the easy backstab. Not usually how you see people utilize spy, but I mean it gets a kill pretty consistently.
No.
So
Yak is jealous, and Yak is coming back as spy.
Oh, this was gonna happen, wasn't it?
I know it's obviously it's a kind of joke in the team that about the Yak spy and all this, but do we not value the life of a demo man anymore? Not when he's capping the point. That's a lot of cap time coming out from the spy. Varnu is in water, so if he can push that soldier off the point. But they've got a lot of bodies on there to make sure that nobody can get cap time onto it. Everybody's in water. It's a whole party in water. You're in. Everybody's in. Even the Blue Uber is in. There's a lot of multi happening from Dowie, trying to keep all of his patients alive too. We'll go down on point. Oh, Varnu pushes somebody off. I think that was a bit of fan, actually. You're right. Trying to get somebody physically pushed off the point, but there you have everybody on that last point.
Come on. I knew this was going to happen.
Bot mode is spy checking, though. They know what he wants. They know what he needs, but Yak is not being given.
It's the most obvious play I've ever seen. Like, my first thought when Yak died is like, he's going to come back on spy, like 100%. Because he had so much cap time.
20 seconds left, Beta. This is 4 minutes. This is the new tide. Tide turner. Varnu's on demo man. He is blocking the tide turner. Yak is gonna maybe a decloak on past the point. They have a soldier beating KN in the face. Even Dowie's gonna try and backstab with the solemn vow, but yes, everybody was playing the point over on Joey GUNZ, and they couldn't quite make it happen.
Oh, they're actually gonna go. They wiped it. They're actually gonna push out on this. I like this decision. When you have this much of an advantage, I think you should push on it because you're almost certainly going to get mid for free. At least the odds are so good that you actually go for it. Varnu will be sniping though.
Yeah, Varnu's got an eye on that choke, so it's not going to be quite... very early Uber coming out from Dirty Maggots, and, well, they're not really finding much with it, but this is a very American style of Uber charged, and maybe the bot mode kind of shining for them a little bit. It's going to be hard for them to get back in with no Uber advantage really to speak of just yet for Joey GUNZ. They're just going to have to settle and wait.
Wait, they will. Dowie has a small ad. I think it's going to be one of these advantages where you can't quite push on it. It's pretty rough. You can try and go big door and then Uber in the demo man, and hopefully he can stick out the enemy medic. But it's quite rare that actually works at this level.
Oh, Beta, have you seen Varnu's 1 key? He can't find the scout key for this class selection. He's on spy again. This poor disabled boy cannot find out where his main class is.
He's just hoovering up all the ammo as well, by the way. So
he does have Juxter in his eye line, and they can't possibly class check with this. He's going to have to maybe settle for a different class instead. That's an easy Zam kills. Thank you, says Varnu, and he's going to go back to the spawn and change off class now. So makes it a bit awkward because Zams is probably going to come up at the same time as Varnu when he gets back to the world of the living. But they're making a push from Choke during all of this chaos here, Beta. They do push them back out, but they've got the Uber charge now. now. They're ready to go back in. Junu is going to just lay a hate on that one poor soldier. Jordy's left out of the Ubercharge Lovin, and they're still pushing forward despite Juxta having to pop actually later.
Podbo has been completely singled out here. He's going to get picked off, but everyone else just retreated out there while they were just focused on getting that one kill. So it's a man advantage right now coming out here for Joey Guns, but it's not really much more than that. They're going to try and go into big door here, though, just to use their man advantage. They sent Vanu behind. He's not being sneaky about it. He's just showing that he's actually back there. Might just try to take a 1v1 with bot mode.
Well, they actually find Juxta, though. They send not only Alov, but Tyram as well, but now the new mission is to kind of keep Doey alive. And I say that, I turn my camera, he's already dead. Junu, he's the only person really alive able to put himself in a kind of useful situation, and useful he's made himself out to be. We'll get the kill against KN. I know it's not really winning the battle here, but it's probably a point on the war.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Vanu's just shocking around with the fan. Gonna get a kill here. Tim comes in, very aggressive jump in there. They're gonna take down.
I like this. I do like this. I do like holding on to that midpoint. You do have that spawn advantage compared to the enemy team, so just kind of send it in and try and you look at the mid fight. And, well, God, more chaos still happening during all of this. They're pulled asunder here over on Dirty Maggots. It's just torn in every single which direction. There's too much going on at one time. They act like complete chaos, because it is chaos over in the Joey Guns Mumble.
Yeah, hopefully they can steer that chaos in the general direction of the enemy team here, though.
They're
down. Yeah, already. This should be an easy cap. People are not going to spawn in time, and there we go. Out of the chaos, you know, they climb the ladder, and there we go. The first point. That was so many gimmicks. I feel like Botmo was just like, all right, if you're going to call me...
Is this Europe?
Yeah. Like, he's not even going to know what hit him here, basically. But this is exactly what I was expecting from this team. Just so many endless gimmicks. People are not going to be playing Scout. They're just going to be playing Engineers and Snipers and Fan and whatnot. It's good times, good time. 1-0 here. We're back on here.
Right, well, it's looking pretty cookie cutter from both teams so far. Alov looking to go drop down. I don't think anybody notices him, so he should have quite high impact here. We'll get the kill onto Juxta pretty early, but they will respond in kind by getting Doey out of the game. It's turning more into a skirmish fight with only Zams alive, and I don't think they even know where Zams is.
He's on the wrong side of
it. He stood still! No! You should have seen that coming, my friend. A scout should never stand still when there's still a dude left in the server that could be anywhere. Yak, though! My, Yak! I didn't know you had it in you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even blame them for not looking at that, because, like Sam, he was on the wrong side of mid. He shouldn't have been there. So it didn't really make sense. So good enough play, I guess. And Tim's gonna poke very aggressively here. And Alov, I feel like Alov just wants to go in again. Last time around, we saw Tyrion basically jump in and then jump back out, and then Alov immediately came in, like a big yo-yo. It's kind of like the big process play, except it was very small, because it's
Vanu? He's the man is missing on action in Scout again. It's time for the unpredictable spy. I'm going for the backstab. I got it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy for Vanu. And now with the medic down, it's kind of easy peasy for Joey Guns to just play off heals here. It's not just all about that overcharge meter. If you can just go in and start plinking away these 6s, 3s, and 7s, you can just kind of claim the victory just from chip damage alone.
Yeah, just the power of heals. And just not really taking any sustained damage is so nice. You can really just spam them down, and eventually they're gonna, be able to get in there. Sam, he's on the cannonball. He's gonna bounce them around a little bit here.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, does a pretty good job here. Syndicon still goes down though. Point has been pressured. Shoulders are jumping in. Alov does a big bomb in. Actually gets the soda with
gets the kill. Yeah.
But everyone else have just cratered, and actually Doey and Vanu is going to be the only survivors.
Well, could have gone better, could have gone worse. They do get Doey out alive, but those cannonballs were ever so annoying, and yeah, I just don't think they put themselves in a position to actually do some damage by the time the Ubercharge was finishing over on Joey Guns. But it's alright, they can reset a little bit here on mid. They have got an Ubercharge to deal with, so let's see what they've got planned here on Joey Guns to deal with the Dirty Maggots Uber.
So far they're holding pretty far back, and they're basically extremely close to having their own Uber. And this is looking more and more like it's not going to be a successful push. Look how slow they are to get through this choke. Just slowly moving in. And there we go. Ubers have been completely equalized. Tearmax is going to go for a play from below.
Yeah, he's jumping in right on top of Juxta.
Wow.
That's a forced Uber charge. Yes, they will lose to him because of it, but you're happy over on Joey Guns. They're already making the push in from choke. They lost Doey though. What the? Huh? Excuse me?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see how that happened, but
Yeah.
that's going to turn things around real fast. Juno tried to come in there and get a big flank of his own. Not quite going to be able to do so. And now it's the medic advantage.
They're scared though. Look at them. Look at Dirty Maggots. They don't actually want to push in. Maybe because they could see Alof making this jump from a mile off. They were just trying to bait the poor boy in, and baited he was. So they're going to keep this midpoint defended. And they have got an Uber charge advantage bubbling away, but they just need a little bit more time and they're ready to make the push.
Looks like Big Door is going to be the place that's going to be the distraction, and then everyone else just goes into the choke.
Okay, so Yak, nice pipe, but couldn't quite finish it. Geordie will get picked off here, but that's a demo man for a soldier
It's a
trade.
soldier flank as well. Tyrim is waiting in the raft.
Kaon is so low, he's dodging all of his medic's crossbows. He's wants it now, but Juxta's busy. He's down. Kaon is also basically dead to his team. He's way too low to kind of contribute to the fight, and now I guess it's just to kind of keep Doey alive. He should be in a strong position here, her on top of the second point, when nobody of Dirty Maggots can get to him.
Juxta died on 99% Uber. It is so painful. But yeah, the soldier flank there came in absolutely clutch. And Doey just stuck around with his soldiers there. Made sure to heal and stay on high ground.
That's the forward deny as well. I think they only really had KN come up, and he has come up on sniper, so he's going to try and make some shenanigans happening forward, but he's not giving away his position just yet. Maybe he can get the scout that's standing on point, but no, it doesn't quite go for it. We'll go back into the respawn of last. They're popping Uber in right now. Sentry gun's cleaned up already. Next is to try and find that demo man, but he's all nestled back behind the point, and it's hard to get to him. Alov is on the case, but can't quite finish him off, and whilst all that waiting for that demo man to die, their entire push dies over on the top area.
Yeah, unable to get into it. Oh no, Doey even feels like he has to kill himself there to get a proper spawn. He didn't believe he could escape. He might have been able to make it out, to be honest. Not sure that's a mistake or not. I'm gonna withhold judgment on that one. I wonder what Vanu's up to. Oh look, he's on spy.
I just want to let you guys know what the atmosphere like it is in Joey Guns. Basically, both Vanu and Juno was like, I want to play sniper. They both come up with sniper, and Vanu's like, fine, I'll play spy. And then Juno's like, I don't want to play sniper. Well, I'll play sniper. Wait, I want to play sniper again. And then Vanu goes back on spy, and then they don't even settle with the sniper. And then during all this, Yak is like, where the fuck is my team? I'm dead.
And then he goes spy, and everyone else has been pushed back here. Vanu, he's on 30 health, looking desperately for any kind of kill. Might just have to settle for going back in here. But...
Oh no, they've used the Uber right in front of Vanu's face. He's basically more useless and dead. Juno come back, but not a single soul is there to take any aggro away from the heavy weapons guy, so he will go down. And Alov is the only person I feel like playing the game, and he's going to go down finally on this last point. This is a point completely thrown, Beta, by just two team members fighting over one class.
It kind of feels that way. You know, you live by the spy, you die by the spy, and the shenanigans. It is really one of those. There's so many playmakers and people who want to do weird and funny things and make big plays that if they really are in danger of just stepping on each other's toes all of the time here. But let's see if they can actually pull together on this mid.
Well, Alov has been snuffed out this time, so he's basically out of the fight for the rest of the mid. But they don't need him. They will get the kill onto Kayan to start off with, and they're kind of exchanging. They've lost a lot of ground by having these players rotate out and kind of heal up. Juno, though, is just digging deep and doesn't need any stinking help.
Just hitting the meat shots, getting a 4K on that mid. Gonna force everyone else to just retreat back out of there. Really good stuff. They're gonna try to hold up top here to make sure that they don't give up second at least. They should be successful in that. Juxta's quite the Uber ad, but it is just an Uber. It's not a crit streak or anything weird like that I missed. Good thing to see. Vanu, he's sitting on spy and spawn. Will he exit this spawn? That's the question.
He probably has to fill out a form now based on like how that previous sort of iteration went, but he's probably maybe doing some class checking as well. Comes back on sniper.
Alright, okay. He got yelled at.
They have an overcharge though, so I don't know why they want the sniper. Maybe, I guess it is a bit of a stalemate at the moment, but it's a hard sniping area to pull off, I would say.
Yeah, I do like the stalemate sniper here in Gullywash just because he hits 200 damage on the demo man, just barely.
They're sending it. They want to go straight on top of Zams, but they were just baiting. And Alof is being challenged at choke though. Choke is free, so in theory they could make the push behind them over at the choke point. KN coming in fast, right behind, but into the bustled arms of Junu. And yeah, they stabilize here over on Joey GUNZ. They're actually going to pop Uber, thinking that this is enough, that you actually get the bonus AF kill. This is just what they wanted from this Uber charge, just to kind of keep their advantages going. Bot mode, he thinks he's invisible. You're not playing Spy, my friends. And yep, Dory doing a nice little surge to kind of de-aggro all of that aggression on top of him for a moment, but they have to win quick and they have to win fast here over on Joey GUNZ, and they do the opposite.
Yeah. Got to be a complete crater here. They want. Oh my! Bot mode just cleans him up there. That was some rockets. But yeah, it was just you just said that they stabilized, and there was like no, full gas, all gas, no brakes, and it just became a bit too much, a bit too fast. They tried to do too much in that situation, and you really need to go huge in order to make those plays work.
Ironically enough, I think by killing AF, they made it so they forced Juxta to only do a solo Uber against Zams, and thus their Ubers lasted longer. And it wasn't really this sort of nice solo Uber to deal with. It was just solo versus solo. And, well, it didn't quite work out. Zams, though, feeling a lot of hate, feeling a lot of pressure, that allows the flank team to come back in. Oh, my goodness! And does the flank team come in? They will get the kill against Juxta. And Doey, right behind, backstabbing Doey with the scattergun, and will get the kill onto him in good bot mode fashion, picking up the mistakes of his team.
KN is sneaking about up here in the rafters with the scout as well. AF might be the bait.
They smell him though.
Yeah.
I think AF gave him away. I think AF, they saw AF and they were like, well, hang on a second, something's not right here. So they kind of scared the fish away here over in the top area, Peter.
Why is he just standing there staring at us? You know? That doesn't make sense. They figured it out. And they're actually going to push back out here and retake the second point. Make sure that no one else is there. Jordy goes back into mid almost. Gets picked off. At the very least, there was a big chance of it. And now, we'll just go back to a stalemate. But, again, as I said, I really like the Vanu sniper in these stalemate situations because you just take away the entire sight line here in Big Door, and then you can run players behind pretty easily. And you can create plays that way as well. So, it's just very good pressure.
Well, it depends. If you put KN on the case in the lower lobby, this is a way to stop people from getting behind. Just put that soldier behind. So he's going to keep Vanu from trying to get up to that top area, and then get the pick onto Tyrion as well. I understand what you mean. It can be very claustrophobic to have your one back out area taken away from you from the sniper, but you know, if you hold that choke well and you hold the big door area still against the sight line, you should still be good.
Yeah, KN's been doing a really great job so far, and look how aggressively they're pushing in onto him with the sniper even. Juno will eventually take him down, but they're still fighting in lobby, and it is creating chaos if nothing else. There's a pick on each side, and they're going to jump in shoulder as well. Tyrion comes in, hits the first rocket, will not hit the second one. Good serve from Juxta there. Looks like he is going to be just fine, but Botmod goes down as well, so neither team is really going to be able to gain much headway here. And we're just sitting back here, and what off-class is Vanu going to come back on? That's right, Scout.
Oh, what an off-class. I've heard great things about it. Maybe we should have a war
Yak
for
is
it.
dead. What happened in Choke?
I mean, it's been a long time in the game. It's usually a yak kill has to happen contractually, you know, if he's playing on this Joey GUNZ team. So they're going to get picked off over on the soldier class Tyrion. And yeah, well, there just seems to be always bleeding somebody here over on Joey GUNZ. They can still keep pushing the issue over on Dirty Maggots, and they will do. They put off Big Door, so now they're locked in. If either spend an Uber or die, and Dewey decides to spend the Uber, it's a much later pop. In comparison, Doey's being body blocked though. It's again kind of awkward and fishy. He's actually got to meet a soldier in the lobby. It's an ambush here on the red lobby area, and now it's time to pick up the pieces without any heals. A sad day for any TF2 member.
Yeah, and they're just cleaning them up now. Alov comes in, hits some pretty nice rocket. Not quite gonna be able to get the second one here, so full-on momentum shift into this game. They might even push last. Yeah, they're in. Tyrim trying to lay down a little bit of damage for his team to play off, but they can't even get out of doors in time. Doey respawns only to just die again. Now we're really panicking. We're on the last point, trying to keep a pinky toe on it to make sure nobody comes up. They send 2 people in water, however, and my god, Zam gets both of those kills from the water area. I was about to slate him for wasting time by rotating to water, but it works out here, Beta. Yeah, when you get 2 kills with 1 sticky, anything looks smart. That was a lot of pressure going in, and they just eventually got the kills there from basically a random angle there. So, not a pretty push, but they got the job done. Got to give it to them. And from being up 1-0, basically clowning on them, like Joey Guns were looking so good, but now they're down to 1. Yeah, this is their map pick, need I remind you as well. And look at your boy Bot Mode. He's got 3 dominations in this thing. He starts off the mid getting the frags. And, well, they do respond in kind over on Joey Guns, but it's getting a bit teetered off. They do have a medic advantage, however, over on Joey Guns. So I think this mid is certainly curtains for Dirty Maggots. Af is hanging out near the forward spawn. I think he's trying to catch someone out. Like, he could catch a spawning to him. He's going to just run into a scout here. Trades pretty evenly with him in damage. And he's not doing much right now. I wonder if they could just ignore him. They probably can. Like, he's just playing the rat game. Just staying behind, forcing them to look behind you, and then eventually, when he feels the time is right, he'll pull the trigger. Well, Alov is keeping a tab on him, but he's not really too useful to his squad right now. They're pushing into last Beta. They've got an overcharge advantage. They're down a player, but when crucially they could do with everybody steering the ship, and they take out the sentry gun. Af has come back in, and he's come in big. He's got double kill, and Zoe's also going to go down to the re-aggressing Dirty Maggots, and Af came in big for his team, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, the flank, is that like a 5k I think he ended up on? So it worked out really well there for him. He actually timed the flank to perfection. They were trying to do what you said, but just ignoring him. But yeah, scouts are really dangerous. They're so fast. They can actually just be in the fight at a really good time. And he was just in the fight basically from the beginning. So great play there by App. And Juxta's going to be on a full Uber ad. They're going to go into mid here, just spamming everyone out. You can see Alov's like the last remaining hot, warm body there. And guess what? Barnu's back on Sniper in Big Door. Yeah, they really just have giving him a license to do whatever he pleases in the game. But how much patience do you have? You have 2 minutes left, Beta. If you want to win this game, you're going to have to make a swift turnaround right now. But they might have to just settle for the draw here if you can even pull that off. Well, the Uber did just come in here to try and end them, but it didn't quite find as much as I think Dirty Maggots were hoping for. And Barnu's just got such good sightlines here. He just needs to hit one good pick here, and they could actually push out. But they haven't quite been able to find it. And Doey's in. Doey's on his own. Doey's completely being kind of slapped by Geordie, and that allows Kane to go in. They will get the force out of Doey, but I'm sure they had higher aspirations. I say higher aspirations. They've actually killed the entire team just about without this Uber charge advantage being needed. Yak even crucially keeps himself alive as well. They're going so fast they haven't even quite captured second point yet. Juno's on the chase. He wants to find this meta kill. Doctor's pretty weak. Them. Can't quite get it though. They're capping mid while they're already at last. They want to think big here, but they're taking way too long to cap all these points. They have to. Yeah, they actually have forward spawned back. How many times have you seen that in TF2 where the medic can go forward past your enemy team? Yeah, they retreated all the way into last and
Oh
then came
no,
out.
they've all joined into choke. They're really just trying to push the pedal to the metal here, and yeah, it does not work out. They're getting too greedy. They had time here, Peter.
Yeah, it's they kind of panicked a little bit here. They are on like really high time pressure here. There's 30 seconds remaining. This should be curtains. Like Juxta, basically, I think he would be willing to pop on anything here just to make sure he doesn't die. So he's popped Uber now. They're gonna put some time on the second point. Once they cap that, it is.
Doey's flanking them, mind you.
All
He's
right.
flanking him. He's right behind him.
All
They're
right.
wondering like,
Keep
why
an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Is he getting a 3K yet?
he got shot, but he's shooting crossbows. I don't see him killing anybody. They're actually ignoring him. He's taunting on point.
All right, there we
The
go.
game is over.
Time's out. Yeah. It's good times there. Good flank and bit of a comeback win here for Dirty Maggots. It was looking real grim for them, but they just really ended up punishing some big overextensions and some rather silly looking plays coming out of Joey Guns. And I'll be honest with you, this was exactly how I thought this team was gonna look in the match.
Yeah, it's always an exciting time with Joey Guns in the server, but it feels like maybe a bit of poetic justice. It's just not the way that, I guess, stable TF2 teams like to play. It's just way too much volatile to deal with. But let's have a look at the logs. Maybe they will be a bit kinder to them. But in the meantime, Beta, I've got some positive things to say. I was pretty impressed with Alov and Tiram kind of linking up this game. I thought they were doing a really wonderful job compared to even, say, the Geordie and KN soldiers.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Actually, I would kind of take it one step further. I feel like as long as Alov was just destroying everyone on the server, they were winning. And then once he started playing just normal, right, and didn't carry them super hard, they actually lost. So I feel like Alov in the beginning of the game was just on an absolute spree, and then as he cooled off, his team just couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So
But over on the logs here, Peter, believe it or not, Geordie is actually the one top damaging throughout all of this game. So I guess it goes to show that stability wins all in the game of Team Fortress 2.
yeah, I think he did some real choke nukes as well as with Sam's. But yeah, they were definitely very quiet game out of him considering just how much damage he did. Playing some real good pocket soldier here, getting the same amount of heal at Tyrion, but feels like he played it quite differently. Quite interesting.
They couldn't quite wrap their head around this last point. I think my memory is telling me there was a lot of attempts by Joey Guns to make this last push work, but they couldn't quite crack it. And do you have any reason why?
A lot of those pushes felt quite rushed to me. It was like they had a bit of momentum. They used an Uber where they didn't quite want to, but they got a kill or two, and then they just kept on going, and they just hoped that everyone else could catch up and they could eventually overpower Dirty Maggots, and it didn't quite work out that way. I don't feel like that type of play is wrong, but they didn't quite have the execution to pull it off properly. And maybe that's some players not being quite on the same page, not getting back into the fight or joining the forward push fast enough. Or it might just be that the team pushing forward overextended a little bit, didn't quite wait enough, that kind of stuff. It's just coordination and hitting your shots, basically. And the execution ended up not quite being there in a lot of cases where the push ended up looking rushed to me.
All right, B. So we had an example of a lot of new people turning up in these sorts of kind of established teams here. I'll start listing things off that are kind of new for these two teams, and you tell me what's kind of impressed you or what's kind of depressed you. So obviously this is Doey and Juxta's sort of premiere in both of these sorts of teams. We also had, I think it was a rotation round. Junu is now pocketing, it looks like, compared to Varnu, who's like playing everything but the scout class. Alov obviously shows himself for the first time. And then obviously this is your first time seeing bot mode on this. Who's really kind of impressing you out of all of these new entries to these two established teams? I thought bot mode was pretty good, personally.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of like middling. It was it was a fine game. Not really anything super memorable to me.
I think I was just impressed because yesterday when was it yesterday? Oh wait, no, it was when I watched the game. Yes, but when he played against Mandem, wasn't the hottest bot mode game I've ever seen in my life. But like you said, ping, tiredness, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Like I'm not expecting that much, but I'm just kind of just cool to see him. But yeah, I guess I don't know who were the. I did
What
you
did you
mention
think?
Alov? Or
Alov is obviously playing for this team for the first time. He's switched from the Global Yeti team to this and is affected to this team now. He was playing pretty good.
yeah, I like Alov just straight on looked so good, especially in the beginning where they were winning. And you know, it's probably not correct what I said that he was the reason why they won that. And as soon as he started being just more a mortal, normal, like good soldier, they started losing. That's probably not correct, but it feels correct, if you know what I mean.
And throughout all of this, to say we had such an action-packed game and it was like a classic sort of Yak team craziness, I never really heard too much from Yak. Like he was pretty quiet in this game. Or was it just
What are you
me?
talking about? He went spy twice in a row.
No, that's normal. That's normal. The sun shines, grass grows, and Yak plays spy a few times. I'm bored. I need the next quarterly update needs to be more shenanigans, Beta. Otherwise, as an investor, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, true, right? Like Yak, he got picked off a couple of times where he was overextended a little bit, but he didn't jump in like an idiot, right? That's what we need out of Yak. That's what I want to see. Just like a wild jump in for no reason at all. That's what I need in my life.
Yeah, this honestly to say like maybe a wacky game like if I saw Zams doing anything what Yak was doing, I'd have some questions and reservations. But I thought this was quite a tame game from him, in my opinion. Maybe I've just been conditioned way too much. But we are going to be heading over to Metalworks now. This is the map pick of Dirty Maggots. Classically, this is quite a popular map for them, and they do pretty well. Do you think it translates well to say like bot mode coming in and Juxta obviously coming in for the squad? Do you think they miss Pickles at all, shouting over the metal?
Oh, I'm sure we all do, but I don't think those two players like make any real difference according to the map. Like I don't think Metalworks does that much of a difference. It's a pretty different map. It's a little longer. It has more like weird, long, big lobbies, that kind of stuff. You can't quite force things through on the flank like you can on Gullywash, right? Like you can't
Yeah.
force players behind as much. You can go spy as much as you want, I guess. But I also feel like spy is more difficult on Metalworks. But hey, maybe I'm about to eat my own words here as Vaughn to just go spy 5 times in a row and gets a pick every single time. You
Well,
never know.
well, while we won't see too much spy, this team does like to experiment with heavy weapons guy, 2 mid, just eating a quick little steak dinner, and then running his ass over to mid. Do you think there's any value out of that? Do you think this is, a legitimate strategy that sometimes employed by Joey Guns, or are they kind of shooting themselves in the foot by doing this?
I feel like going heavy to mid is something that's fine to mix in every once in a while. If you do it all the time, you'll get punished really severely just because you don't have that same kind of presence. They get good positioning and they just spam you out and you just stand there as a heavy looking dumb. But if you go heavy every once in a while, a soldier might jump in a little bit too aggressively, a scout might over peak, and then he just runs into a heavy and takes a bunch of damage. And it doesn't even have to be like he runs around a corner, oops, there's a heavy. It could just be they get a bit too close, take a bit too much damage, and they weren't quite in a position to punish it immediately, and then the heavy gets far enough forward that they can't really deal with him. So I feel like heavy should be fine on this map. It's not like a huge deal to be stuck on the low ground. It's very wide and big and flat. And so you don't get spammed out really. So heavy could be fine, honestly.
So if they want to hope to turn up to these mids quick and make sure they don't lose any positioning, that means these demo men have to be quick. They have to be fast because it's one of those mids, Beta, where if your demo man is cripplingly slow, your mid is cripplingly crippled.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see both KN and then either Alov or Tyrion both try to go for the fast like speed jump. roll out and just immediately take down the demo man, where you just kind of gamble that he goes like either choke or through lower. I wouldn't. I think we're gonna see that a bunch.
Yeah. And also, if you want a quick lowdown, if you want to pick my brain, I'm going to say that these two demo men, they're all right. They're pretty consistent, but they're not the quickest, I would say. They're not super consistent. We're not hitting Lucas levels, I would say, of like speed and consistency in these mids. Zams, I would say, one of his low drawbacks, I would say, as a player, is those mids aren't as quick, or those rollouts, I should say, are not as quick as possible. And Yak, sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're he doesn't care if he's been quick. He will just walk in, run past the sticky on the floor, and hope that he can just get to the health back on the other side. So pick your flavor.
Yeah, this is actually one of those mids where being fast as demo man can make a big difference. Right, like if you just get there faster than the enemy demo man, you can sticky him out if you guess correctly where he's going to be at. You can sticky out lower really effectively, force them to either clear stickies and they'll be slow, or just run through the spam and take a ton of damage, kind of like you see on Gullywash, right? So yeah, this is actually a pretty important map to be fast on. So I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. But again, one of the counters to the fast demo man is you have a fast soldier in his face immediately, and he risks dying.
Yeah, but you also have to hit the jump as well. And you think all these soldiers here have the caliber? Do you think they have the confidence? Sometimes even Brugeman doesn't quite hit them, you know, and he is the Brugeman jumper.
Yeah, he's the one that just absolutely like planted the seed of terror in every single demo man's heart. I think just hitting that rollout over and over and over again, just the most punishing mids. We saw Witness Gaming actually shook to their core. It took them like 3 mids to figure it out, and that's a long time for that team. So pretty crazy stuff. We're actually going to go live here. Do you think we're going to see the same result as before, or do you think that Joey Guns are going to be able to turn the tides here?
I think Joey Guns are not going to be as bad on this map to say it's the map pick of Dirty Maggots. I think they're going to get well and truly shocked by what they can pull off here over on, but I still think they'll shoot themselves in the foot with their shenanigans later down the game goes, but let's see. We start off and both demo men are relatively turning up at the same time, no real pressure amongst either of these, but kind of playing very respectful here, Peter.
Yeah, Jordan's going to be the first one to really go into the skybox. He's going to zoom back, and look at that. Vanu is actually heavy. And Soldier didn't end up overextending into him, but Vanu is inching his way in here, doing a lot of damage to these scouts. But the rest of his team are just
they're just ignoring him. They're completely ignoring him. I don't think they even know that there were heavy weapons turned up to mid there, Peter.
They definitely knew. Oh my god, Sam's didn't know. My bad. I misunderstood. Like, Soldiers definitely were fighting him and taking damage, but yeah, this is going to turn everything around. Demo Man is so strong for locking out these chokes, but yeah, now they're just going to have to take a straight up fight.
They've taken the solo YOLO Uber, and Dowie has to respond, and in good fashion by Tomi, tries to exit away from the combo to make sure that there's plenty of Uber for his teammates, but he ends up instantly going down, and need I remind you, those 6 pellets hurt Peter. It's a death by 1,000 bullets rather than 1,000 cuts, and well, they will win this out from the heavy weapons guy alone.
Yeah, that was actually a masterclass by Vanu on how to play heavy on this mid. Just really patient play, never overextended, never got too passive. Even when his team was getting overwhelmed, he didn't panic, and then he just managed to, well, I don't know, that Sam's pick feels unearned somehow. But.
Yeah, that was, I genuinely don't think he knew there was a heavy weapons guy that turned up to mid there. Like, it seemed really wacky. They pushed him.
Anyways, things have just normalized. There's the tiniest of Uber advantages here going on, but yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to push your luck with a heavy. Like, that's not the class.
Vanu. He's lacking without a medic and will get picked off there, maybe hoping for a peekaboo surprise with that Tomislav, but does not work out. So that's 2 picks. And Dowie, he's really aggressive, but his team wants to be really out of it. They will force the Uber out of that team, and it's just completely disconnected and confused. Dowie's going to get picked off as well. Not on the same page, maybe not even the same mumble.
Yeah, they're trying to come back in. Soldier's going to do his best.
Oh, Yak is going to go away. He's just managed to live by... Oh, Botman's going to finish him off as well. Vanu's turn to feed. Oh, my God. This... I don't know who to put the finger at. I think Dowie definitely wanted to fight there, but I don't think Dowie told anybody.
Could be. He's relatively new on the roster, so maybe there's a bit of some gelling issues still to be worked out, some kinks that need a little massaging here. And actually, you can see the very aggressive push out here, but it might just be a distraction for the spy that's always just waiting.
Yeah, Juxta, he's got his eyes peeled, and they're going to have to put more of an Oscar performance if you're going to trick the Frenchman this time round. We've got a Pyro as our last defense here, Peter. We're hoping to maybe just completely push them in the doors and keep them there.
Push. It's a dot push. There's a Pyro here in the door. It actually does a really good job of pushing everyone back. The Sentry Gun is living for a very long time. Finally gets down with, but the Uber is gone. And now
there's a lot of cap time though, and they couldn't get to the point in time. It was a very defensive style kind of Pyro, not one of those ones where you kind of really commit him in through the doorway before they push in and hope it cancels the Uber completely. They wanted to just keep the Sentry Gun alive, but with Alof getting picked off, and then they didn't really have any footway to get back out and block that point.
Yeah, very clean execution there. Not the best Uber in the world, but they had good positioning after, they had good health, the Sentry Gun was dead. And yeah, very strong team coordination, just focusing down players with ruthless efficiency. It's going to be one to see. We have a fast jump in there from KN that kind of fails, not really going to end up in Devilman's face. So we're going to have a pretty normalish fight.
Oh, Yak brought down extremely low, doesn't get any sort of crossbow loving, I'm afraid. And with the Devilman taken down, that should be a lot of confidence for your team to kind of start sinking up and blobbing up and destroying all of these aggressors. And why? Jordan even gets the bonus kill onto Dowie after the no plan B for you.
Yeah, only real saving grace there is that Juno hit some really nice shots and actually going to get 2 kills. He's still shocking around, trying to see if he can get any overextenders here, but he's been spotted. There's a Scout Chariot in his face. Yeah, he's not wrong for this one.
Yeah, he will go down. Juxta's got 100% Uber charge, so I doubt they're going to be able to get a sneaky pick onto him. And now it's time for a setup on last. We've got the Varnu sneaky sentry this time round, and I guess no Pyros probably to accompany it.
I just want to make it known that KN hit the speed shot on this rollout, you know, the one he failed on mid, but he can't hit him. Alright, they're in on these. We're going to take those in extremely fast. Soldier goes down as well. Point has not been pressured just yet, but they're going to start out now. Everyone's pulled onto it. There's so much time to breathe on it, breathe on it.
I do wonder whose job it is over on Joey GUNZ to actually block the point. It seems Tyrion wants to stand his ground a lot during the overcharge, hoping to maybe just take aggro, but we're losing soldiers, we're losing, you know, precious members to block that point, or someone being nominated to deal with the main objective of last.
Yeah, I'd love to see some soldiers just bombing around and make sure that you can't really stand on the point there. I know it's difficult to time it right, but I believe in these soldiers. They can do it. So we have another mid. Will we see a big soldier bomb in quickly? Not this time around.
Well, they've been winning them, I think, generally anyways. If Zams doesn't walk into a heavy weapons guy, they have been winning them. Dowie getting a lot of pressure to start off this mid, but it's cost them 2 players over on Dirty Maggot, so now they have to see if they can deal with the constant chaos about all these other players. Zams gets ignored, hopefully to get the kill onto Juxta, but will keep himself alive. Losing a lot of ground to keep their medic alive. It's just a demo man, and they're actually going to back out here.
Decide not to risk it. They're just going to go capture the point there. You know, there is a world where they both run forward and they eat the same pipe and then they die and then they lose mid. That would be absolutely awful, and yeah, not that likely to ever get the medic. They could probably get the demo man, but medic would probably still escape.
They're not quite set up for mid though, so will this mid capture really mean too much of nothing here on this Metalworks map here? They're just going to give it up. I guess it does buy a little bit of time. They've got 50% on Dowie already, so maybe that's time bought by that capture. But they should have enough to maybe threaten pushing in with the Ubercharge straight away here. And Zams, he's done the double sticky jump, trying to see if he can catch them off guard, but they will back out of the doorway, lickety split over on Joey GUNZ. They rotate round, they have the Ubercharge ready to defend this point from the lobby area and maybe even get aggressive with it, but They've lost 2 kills, including an Arrowman. And KN and Geordie are still a disease caught behind, feasting on them. And they will lose out on the Ubercharge now, but that's just because of the rule of KN kind of coming in from behind.
Yeah, they're still taking a lot of damage here in lobby. They're trying to save each other here. Ella will eventually fight everyone off here, but lots of damage has been taken. This is so aggressive. Look at these scouts just showing no respect. Medics has been stickied out. Okay, finally he's going to be in there. And they will actually take mid. I quite like this. That was pretty impressive. Dowie still not even weak. And that was a very late jump in there. So through a lot of pressuring and very little fear, eventually Joey Guns are going to be able to get this mid.
Yeah, the plan it looked like was to split up the efforts. They have one soldier go for the medic, and while they're trying to turn around and keep their medic defended over on Joey Guns, the rest of them dogpile on the first available kill they can get to on the front line. But it just took them too long to kind of get that initial pick, and they also didn't really see much fruit from the jump from KN.
Both teams on 100% Uber. This is a pretty good time to go for, I want to say, like man-threats could be a thing. You could also send someone back to go sniper or spy or something like that. It's probably pretty obvious at this point.
No, not man-threats. That's the worst thing to check as a caster. I have to go back and look at shoes now.
Yeah, go into third person.
No, that's just gunboats. He's just rocking gunboats.
Yeah, I mean you can also just look at how much health he loses when he jumps. That's a good clue.
That's even harder. Now you're asking me to do math.
True. Who does that?
Ugh. Well,
Hey.
How about this for an equation? One soldier plus another soldier equals a pop Dowie, and well, they've only been minusing over on the side of Joey Guns. They're going to lose 2 members, and they haven't even got the positive of getting the Uber out of Juxta. So this is a complete fail all around here, Beta. Biblical.
Tyrion got violated there. I'm not sure what hit him. I think it was like a pipe or something. Maybe it was a double air shot. I don't know. He just got completely grounded. Anti-aircraft guns were in very much full effect, and he just got sat down real fast. Uber's still on 40% ad.
Vanu just set up a sentry gun, teleported out of there, and doesn't quite work out this time. I think this man wished he was playing Bagel again, so you can just whip out that engineer, but nope, not this time round. They're going to get their second point kind of cleanly and freely. Juno, I say cleanly and freely, they come back in, they use the Ubercharge, and Juxta will be forced to use the Ubercharge, but it's a 1 versus 1, and they're going to rotate half around, get these sort of bonus kills. Yak is kind of left on his own, and he's going to go down. Juno will clean up that kill, and I believe it or not, when the dust settles, they've actually come out of this fairly well over on Joey Guns.
He won a bunch of 1v1s there. KN is on the prowl.
KN backcapping? He doesn't have the stick though, surely.
No, I think he's just looking to cause. Actually, he's gonna take down Elov. Elov just not expect him to keep going like that. And now he might be even spawn camping the Devil Man.
Geordie's in, so he's providing room for his team to come back into the fight.
Oh, he gets Yak as well.
Oh my god, so they thought, okay, maybe we should just ignore him in the end. It was kind of a back and forth there, and I guess switching between the 2 decisions has been the worst part of it. You couldn't really commit to one pro or another.
Oh, Geordie gets headshot there.
I tanked it. I tanked it for the medic. It's okay. You're okay, Juxta. You're welcome.
Yeah. He did his job. Well done there. As actually we have another big job in there from KN. It's a 1 decent rocket, but Dowie, nice surf there.
Alov is in. He's right on top of Juxta, but still being challenged by Av. Oh my god, did anybody get the the license plate on that medic? He just got catapulted into the wall.
Yeah, that's another drop here for Dowie. This was going to be real dangerous. Actually, Vonu will take down Av. That's going to help a little bit.
Why are they so scared of one sniper? It's just one sniper. He can't kill all of you at the same time, and there you go. Geordie's made this estimation. It's 3 rounds on the board over Joey Guns.
It's a painful drop. That one really made a difference. It's a real backbreaker to get out of. And there we go, 3-0, looking very solid. It really feels like, you know, they were struggling a lot on Dirty Maggots in the early rounds, and then once they actually started winning, they just kind of ran away with the game, and they're still going in that same mode here.
Well, this just means that scrims mean nothing here, Peter, because I watched Joey GUNZ play Mandem on this map, and they actually beat Mandem, so my ipso facto logic was like, surely they could be quite strong on this map, but no. It seems the best way is just to ignore Vanu, completely landslide
Oh my God,
this
KN.
entire team! KN has just shown why he is not joining Venom Crest anymore.
Oh no, it's happening again. Vanu, okay, they figured it out. I thought Vanu was about to get zapped again. But yeah, that is an actual nuke coming out of KN.
God. He came from the orbit, he destroyed them and sent them into orbit. My kidneys and liver in orbit from just witnessing and shouting and screaming from that kill. Oh, gutbuster here from KN, and look at the celebratory Uber. It's like fireworks going off at the last point. Doey's actually the one that's going to be splattered everywhere. It's 4 rounds, but is it 5-0 in every single person's heart?
Yeah, this feels over. It's like they really gained all the momentum they could ever need. Dirty Maggots feel completely unstoppable in this game so far. Well, at this point. So it's going to take a real miracle here to make a comeback. There is quite a lot of time. The good part about losing quickly is that you have a lot of time to make it up. But yeah, you do need to make it up here. You need to come up with something.
Beta, get in your time machine, go to season 30, go back to when we had the good game plugin that ended the game when you type GG. Type GG and just let it be done with. Good God. Okay, we've got one more celebratory round. They're gonna just send it completely in and into the hearts of Joey GUNZ, and they're being splattered all across. It's very scrappy here, but they are coming out this bit stronger. Af showing the way to Vanu. Maybe you should get more practice in on Scout, lad.
Yeah, I don't think that would have made that much difference there. As that was a lost mid already. Like the soldier bombs right now are just doing so much work. KN again just came in like a screaming missile. Oh no, managed to jump.
Oh, he's actually got him under control. There's a lot of bodies in between that soldier and between that medic. Oh, they could have got the trap kill maybe, but it doesn't quite work out. Playing it better safe than sorry here.
Yeah, he was sneaky, but not quite sneaky enough here. Doey's gonna try to just be aggressive. They're down by 4, but KN is on sniper of all things in this situation. That's going to slow them down.
All right, KN, you've paid your headshot ticket. I'm going to switch the POV to you, so you have my camera. You're going to ignore that scout. And, okay, well, no, it doesn't quite work out. They're going to send it in over on Joey GUNZ, and they have forced the Uber charge out of them. They respond a little bit later. Doey's a little bit away from his patient though. That's because he's got some patience in the back line. Af is like trying to backcap him, I guess, or maybe just go way behind, try and turn the tide against the attention, and they actually disconnect Doey from the rest of his teammates who were chasing that Af kill. And you think that this would work out in their favor, switching out and separating the medic away, but they still have these combat classes to deal with over on Dirty Maggots.
Yeah, Juno and Vanu is doing absolute work in this fight. Really, really strong, just meat shop machine really going on. Actually, Elof's going to jump in very aggressively. Somehow loses to KN. Not sure how KN survived that, but there we go. Maybe Elof's going to come back on some sort of weird class. Maybe he's just going to hold the door open for the Vanu spy. That makes sense to me.
Have you noticed there's been a little less off-classing here, Peter? Do you think spirits are a bit broken here? Do you think like we've kind of, bullied the bully out of them?
They flew too close to the sun and they might have realized it.
They've lost faith.
By the way, look at where Jordy is.
Where is Jordy? Alright, I'm clicking on the personal. Oh my god, is he in the map? Is he in the server?
Technically, yes. Oh, he's actually slipping a bit.
Oh, whoopsie. Somebody's been greasing the roof.
It's fine. He can jump off the wall now. It's cool. He did it
I won't lie. I don't think I've seen this spot before. But yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of given away. If we have some demo reviews now, everyone's going to be scratching their pen and pencils into the jot. They will use Uber charge. A nice solo YOLO Uber coming out from Juno, but they're kind of milking it here over on Juxta. They've responded now, but they've got a lot of ground over on Yak and company, and it's allowed them to get back into the fight, but there's not many players left to play off that ground here.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you see bot mode trying his best to get out here and make a difference. He does take down Demo Man.
I can't believe they won that.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have been able to
They
do
just
that.
gave up. I think they could have definitely kept fighting that over on Dirty Maggots, but they were, I guess, feeling charitable.
Yeah, it could just be that they want to slow down the game. Right? If you take 4 minutes to lose, you're eventually winning. So I think they just want to slow the game down a little bit here. Don't take any chances and run some time off the clock to just ensure victory.
Has anybody told bot mode that he's not playing the Freedom Convig? They don't need to wait for the time to run out first before they win the game. Alright, we're going to go in with the parachute, dealing with, actually on the last defense, I thought it was the other way around, and yes, the parachute gimmicks being tasted by Joey GUNZ, and it's kind of hard to deal with these soldiers if they're busy flying in invincible air.
Yeah, it's shown itself to be really strong on last holes. There's a strong push out here. It's just bot mode holding the flank. He's actually being fought now by a scout, and Judo's actually going to win it. They're going to have to get more players back.
After's come back and then comes back into the fight, but he's disconnected from his medic, doesn't get the loving of the beam, but holding their own over on Geordie, still rocking the parachute, need I remind you, gets the kill onto Dowie as well. Jugster is actually the one that's the most disconnected out of this fight, to say he's got an ability to heal people.
And he can also build Uber, which he's doing right now, which will come in real clutch. Question is, will they actually push on this Uber, or are they just gonna like sit back, collect some pixel trophies, and get a new mid fight as time runs out? We do have 4-minute round timers, which is slightly faster than what we had last season, which was 5. And
yes.
I personally like 4. I feel like 4 is perfect. We did it. We actually found it. But they are also going to push on it.
Oh, Alof, he's got some nice damage in and a kill to boot, and turns a couple of heads around for Turum to lay down the groundwork, but it was a nice attempt, but not really backed up with the rest half of Joey GUNZ. They're back building crits.
Yeah, crucially, this is crazy. Yax is being so aggressive. Maybe he's baiting them into pushing, but they kind of just need to go, and they're going to go. Crit's going to come in. One shot to do it.
Yes, Av. Oh, that Av would be the one to take that crit. It's right on the nose. He threads the needle, finds nothing, setting up stickies on the point. They actually pop off the Uber charge to be extremely safe here over on Dirty Maggots. Not really needed, and still they are holding the tab key. They're checking those on the scoreboard, and they realize that Alof could have gone in behind and tried to cap there. Jugster will keep himself alive by dodging all of Alof's rockets, and now it is just still about just holding that back line and eventually just wearing out Joey GUNZ.
Yeah, Av's gonna chase down the Demo Man there. Soldier
jumps
in.
Jugster. Oh wait, no, he's actually going for the big brain play. He's going for KN on last. It's just the Soldier versus Scout matchup, but he's not finding the damage that he needs quick enough, and KN gets him in the 1v1, hits him with the L.
Yeah, that was real strong last hold there from KN. It's quite difficult to win that 1v1 against the Scout. Oh, KN might win another one. No, just barely unable to get Alof here. Gonna slink out of there. But, you know, before I was questioning, are they gonna push on the Ubrad? I think this time around there's like 0 chance that they actually push on this Ubrad. They just want to reset it. And we even see soldiers trying to jump in. As they have snuck their way in on the flank, actually. Cam was watching it, except he was just turned his back, and then everyone else just ran in here. But Dowie, he's on 80% crits. I'm pretty sure if they get time on the point, it will not actually stop the round, but nobody can get there in time. We're going to have another mid-fight. It's still 4-0, but now it's 8 minutes to get 4 rounds. That is doable, but it is very, very difficult.
Well, it'd have to take a very, very, very interesting approach of TF2. And also, just judging by the decisions being made by Dirty Maggots as well, they're more than willing to kind of play safe, play kind of crucial and make sure they just don't throw here. So, and if you don't have one of those teams baked in and then taking it 4 times in a row,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty impossible.
Yeah, Doe's going crystal mid, so they are doing something a little bit radical and extreme here. As they're just gonna play it kind of
They've got the
passively.
heavy. Johnny's come back as heavy weapons guy. And he's given Tyrim the big guy, and oh goodness, how bitter does this medicine taste here, Peter? He was shocked by this.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty funny. All right, yeah, he's been chased, but they're chasing into a crit screen. Oh, Af just gets it. That is crucial.
Oh, Tyrim's even going to go down as well. The heavy, the big man, the big lug is going to punch him.
Yes!
He takes him out. He's on a spree, and he will go and get slain by Juno, but he's already won the moral victory.
Yeah, that's just mean. Like, there was a scout there, he wasn't firing his gun. He was like, nah, you got this, big bro. Just take him out for me. It's cool.
Yakon's out of this server. I'm just going to turn invisible, and I'm going to be part of blue team. It's 7 versus 5 here in the server. Okay, back to 6v6 has been knocked back down a peg, and we're just having fun here in the final remnants of the game for Dirty Maggots. They can't quite close it out, and I kind of hope for the boys that they will, because that's going to be 6 long minutes of life.
Yak really did want out of the zone. He was like calling GG and everything, and then the last bit fails, and everything's super awkward. So, you know, if we had the GG plugin, he would have just already typed it. That's confirmed.
I said get in the time machine, go to season 30, but no. They want to stay here right in the prime of our lovely season 51 over on Dirty Maggots. I guess maybe it's nice to have a little morale boost, because obviously that week 1 against Mandem was a bit crushing than they probably expected. So having a nice little kind of therapeutic win against Joey Guns is probably nice for them.
Yeah, Bobo's gonna jump in on the medic, not able to get him in time. Good medic defense here by Juno. As they're just going to move in here, take this point. Af runs away with his medic. They just want to hold on to it. Again, slow them down. I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. So probably any time factor that I keep on mentioning is no longer relevant. We have a taunting soldier.
Oh, it's an airshot soldier as well. Oh my god, Alof just took all of the beating there. We're going to use the crit screen, we're going to use the overcharge, and there's actually not many team members left. We're okay, very clowny here, and finally killing off Doey, but we're just kind of taking our sweet time. It's actually Joey Guns that are going to cap around, I think, at the end of this, but this is just on the back of, I think, Dirty Maggots playing incredibly slow and like weird and suicidal even. They will get the pick onto KN. Let's just cross the T's and dot the I's. We will get 1 round on the board, a pity round here for Joey Guns. Maybe, who knows? Come playoffs, maybe this 1 round might make a difference.
Maybe. That would be pretty funny. All right, Yak Spider mid. It's a 100% guarantee. There we go. And all right, okay. I'm going to talk about important stuff now.
Okay.
So I have noticed we've got Poland coming up.
Uh-huh.
We've got, and I couldn't help but notice that we've got Soapy Meister and Jay showing up playing Soldier.
Okay.
And we've banned the Market Gardener? What are we doing? Just unban it.
I'm gonna take this soapbox off you, and I'm gonna beat you over the head with it. Do you think this game needs any more insta kills in this poor thing? Look at the look at Juxta, look at Doey, who are dead right now, and look them in the eye and tell them you want the Market Gardener in this game.
I do. It's funny. Also, it's for Soldier. Soldier needs something overpowered that scouts and medics can cry about. You know, it's only fair. And also,
I think the soldier even loses out a little bit as well, because you just have all those soldiers out there that instead of getting those nice crisp bombs that they could be enjoying, a guaranteed dopamine mix, you're instead telling them to go out and buy lottery tickets and just like, I'm sure you guys can win big. You just need to keep going.
You don't play the lottery? Are you stupid? You could win big.
I don't want to play the lottery, no, because the mortality rate of the lottery is like 500%. You know, like your likelihood of someone trying to kill you goes way up if you win the lottery. Your chance of kidnap goes up by 300% or something like that. there's a book about it. It's like what to do when you win the lottery, and a lot of people just completely blow their money. Their lives get ruined. Their marriages get ruined. Their family lives get ruined. You don't want to win the lottery. You don't want the market gardener.
Actually, I haven't paid attention to any of that because I was too busy not winning the lottery, despite my best efforts. So, you know, I'll take the next step when I get to it, and I'll figure out what I actually do.
All right,
Hey,
we've
that's a face that.
Okay, yeah, but we have captured second point. We are Ubering into last, and Dowie is back behind on second. They're actually going to back cap them, aren't they? Yes, they need to take off the overcharge Juxta if you want to cap the last point. And oh, good godness. Okay, they've capped second point, so we're going back to mid. We're going back to second. I don't think they realise that they could probably cap the second point quicker with the players that they have, but they're not going to try it. And we're back to mid. Juxta's going to eat shit. And as well as AF. This game is going to keep on going. Strap in, boys. Put the coffee pot on. There's still a minute to go.
All right, Sam's gonna get the easiest 3K of his life. I'm sure. All right, anyway. Okay, there we go. And here's another. Okay, so you don't want the market gardener, but what if you get the market gardener, but we also remove the stupid candy config? All right, because again, that's a coward move.
Believe it or not, I actually like. I think the freedom config. I think I like.
How are you wrong about everything?
I think I like what it's trying to achieve. I know a lot of people go like, haha, yes, the 59-minute games and all this, but it's casino time. It's the kind where usually it's quite intense. You don't notice the time so much, and it's got to be pretty reassuring as a player to like play those sorts of games where you're not rushed and pressured by the time. I know that's probably a big part of the skill-wise. I can understand why people don't want to play it, but I can see what it's trying to achieve. And I think maybe I've been watching the same TF2 for too long, but it wouldn't hurt to try it.
They have tried it. It's boring. Like you play so long games. It's annoying.
Not on average.
Oh, you guys love TF2 more than I do. I can already tell. Like,
I'm thinking of this for the player. I'm not thinking it for me. This is not a selfish thing for me and what I would like to do. I'm thinking if I'm a player and I want that agency and thinking like if we just play our normal game of TF2 and we figure out our lessons in the game, we have time to do it.
All right. Anyway, it's 4-1. Everyone.
Hey.
There we go. Congratulations.
No freedom config. Don't worry. We're not here for another 45 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly. So a clean 6-0 here.
Did you just say a clean? A clean 6-0?
In the underscore sheet.
Okay.
Very crucially. It wasn't quite a 5-0 here, but yeah, Gullywash being a 1-2 where, like, for it seems like almost half of the time, they were not looking too hot there on Dirty Maggots. But it seems very much a case of the crazy Yak team did too many crazy things, and it backfired a bit.
I believe this Metalworks game was actually a bit kind of more phoned in, a bit calmer than usual. Sure, they had the heavy shenanigans, but apart from that first mid, I don't think we really saw too much super crazy off classes. At least not for more than 2 seconds. There was attempts, but it would like quickly be nipped in the bud. I guess we should glance at the logs and then say our goodbye. So I'm going to try and hunt them down. But was there anybody that was kind of jumping out from you from Dirty Maggots from this game? Was it just kind of a whole team effort?
I want to say KN had some standout moments. I really feel like those bombs, every single mid, were just brutal.
Well, what a correct answer you gave, Peter, because I'm looking at the logs and he is tip-topping the chart, not only on kills, not only on damage, but what other things? And also on health packs picked up as well. This man is a king.
The important stat. Nice.
On all of the... I think he's got the most air shots as well. He almost had the most headshots, but he didn't play sniper long enough. But yeah, this king has truly been crowned here on this Metalworks, and the only one that's even comparable over on the side of Joey GUNZ is Junu, was having a nice game, but everybody else is in the trenches digging a dirt nap.
Yeah, it's actually been kind of fun to see Junu just play the bog standard pocket scout. Like, he hasn't been off-classing, he's just been hanging out near the medic and hitting meat shots. It's really good. He's actually been very, very good on both maps.
Do you think they put Varnu last season? Well, not last season, but a couple of seasons ago on that pocket scout, not for his pocket ability, but just to keep him contained. This man off classes more than anybody.
Yeah, but I think they figure that it's actually a good thing, right? You want that wild card. I think that's what they think, and I don't know. They might be right here. As I'm looking at the logs here. 9 and 25 for Yak, pretty rough, 175 damage. He was not having a good time.
Oh, don't look at Doey's fag. I mean, frags, don't look at Doey's deaths. Do not look at Doey's deaths. Ooh. They don't exist. It's a number. Just like all the rest of them.
What are his drops? Only one? Okay.
I don't think they even got to building an Uber. The mids were pretty dire. I don't think there was a single. Oh wait, no, there was one mid that they won. It says on the logs, but everything else is, which is I guess is pretty standard. If you're picking a map, you usually have a lot of confidence in that in your mids on that said map. So kind of sticking to the script here, but yeah, rough day at the office for Joey GUNZ. But there's something to work here. I saw a spark in them, Beta. I think there's growth to be had.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure out just like where to put the dial on the crazy meter.
Yeah,
because maybe you just need to turn it all the way up. You know,
I think I liked it. I think I liked it when it was going absolutely bananas. But there's just a couple of hiccups, just a couple of things that maybe makes you feel a bit uncomfortable, and maybe that Metalworks map is just not as facilitating to that style. But who knows? Any closing words for our lovely audience before we say goodbye?
Donate to the Poland fundraiser or go buy some of their merch.
Yes.
It's the best way to support the scene. And we've got a really awesome land coming up. And just Poland has been great all the times that it has happened, and I'm sure it's going to be great again.
Yes, it's going to be lovely. Everybody's invited to the party. Representation across the entire globe. You know, America, Europe. We even have Australians' rule sets. And that is it. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon for more ETF2L games and for more exciting things. We've also got another stream going on at the same time. I'm not sure if they're still playing, but you can still catch all of that on the YouTube later on. They'll get uploaded. Otherwise, I've been Turtabs. With me has been Beta on the Cocast. Ben PL has kindly been doing the production here tonight, so a big, huge clapper for him. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time.